This is True Buds, that Mary Jane, now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buds.
Welcome to the True Buds Show, your go-to podcast for anything cannabis. I typically interview people in the cannabis space, from business owners, growers, entrepreneurs, artists, people in the fitness game, and that is who I have here today. Jessica in Fitness, Fit420 Love Bug. Go give her some love on IG, you know what I'm saying? Today we're going to dive into everything pertaining to cannabis and fitness. I say everything, but it just kind of turned out that way. We're talking about, your pre-workout, your post-workout, how you can infuse it, CBD, workouts, all that. So if cannabis and fitness interest you, I definitely suggest you watch this episode. If it doesn't, I got tons of others in the back you can go find, from business owners, like I was saying, artists, whoever you want to check out. There's tons in the log, so go check those out. And today, I'm typically giving a shout out to the people I'm working with, the brands. I want to give a shout out to True Buds TV merch. As you can see, I'm rocking it right now. This was one of the initial designs, pretty low-key logo. Just wanted to bring the art to the forefront. Have many others in the link below. Go check that out on Teespring. Just launched the fanny pack, you know what I'm saying? Anybody wants to put the pack in the pack. And a big shout out to Diro Dinero, Water Sign Freestyle goes hard. We'll be playing at the end of this episode, so stay tuned for that. I'll see you there. We'll listen to some music, light another one up, and be on our way. So how you doing today? I know I asked you a second ago.
Yeah. No, I'm doing good. I woke up feeling positive and happy, showered right away, tried to be productive, got a couple errands done, smoked with some friends, felt good to be out of the house, Been quarantined in my little apartment for the last 2 months, so it was nice.
I know that quarantine's crazy. I'm happy to see stuff opening up now and kind of getting back into their world, but it's a little strange still.
Yeah, how are you doing? How's it over there?
It's cool. I've been here for about 2 weeks now. I was in Kansas City for a little while.
Wow.
Whole different vibe there, but yeah, I'm just happy to be here and happy to have you on. And I want to ask you too, how I want to know about your journey, kind of what you're doing, because you have a awesome following on IG with what you're doing with the cannabis and fitness. Has it always been that way for you? What's kind of your methodology when you're working out?
I first started with my page, and it was really just a cannabis page, cannabis appreciation. And then when I met my boyfriend, he was working out, and that kind of inspired me to go into the gym. I grew up in the water and very athletic there, but I had never stepped into the gym before, and I use the plant every day. So once I realized that you can, smoke every day and be, stoner, whatever, and still be active and fit and achieve, I was achieving my fitness goals, then it just inspired me to kind of show that you can combine both and still be, just like everybody else that doesn't use cannabis and lifts. So.
I love it, because I'm on the same page. I've more recently, when I first talked to you, I've done some stuff with cannabis and fitness, but it's interesting to see. And you were saying you're so you're a swimmer, you're doing.
Yeah. So
that's hard. That's hard. I got mad props for that.
Thank you. Yeah, I did competitive swimming for 10 to 12 years. And then I also did synchronized swimming, which is the ballet in the water.
Damn.
Yeah, so I did that for a little bit. Grew up with lungs of steel. I have great cardio in the water, horrible cardio on the land. I'm not afraid to admit that, but I fell in love with lifting weights specifically. It just feels good. Feels good to get rid of your stresses away.
Yeah, and that's where it's funny, because weights to me has always kind of been the go-to, but water, all honestly, it's all about form too, which I think goes back to weights as well. But when I swim 2 laps, I'm done. My form's so off. I'm just trying to would you agree that it's a lot about form, both in water and out?
Yeah, no, technique definitely has everything to do with it. I try to make it a point to tell people too, like, don't rush when you're doing a rep. Like, when I first started, I didn't know like what the heck I was doing, which, like I feel like a lot of people start like that, and that's what kind of makes them a little hesitant to even start their fitness journey. But just like taking the time to figure out what your form is, because everyone's is going to be a little bit different. That'll just help you really feel the rep and achieve the results better anyways, versus just like doing the reps without like engaging your muscles, looking at how you look in the mirrors, your posture good, your back flat. So yeah,
Yeah,
I totally agree.
totally. And I've learned that especially like because when I started, I just wanted to go hardcore and my form was definitely lacking.
Hmm.
And I've had to pay the price on the back end for not having perfect form, like you're saying. And that's so key and being in tune with your body. And I think though too, the weed helps with that. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I love to smoke a bowl right before I work out because I just feel like relaxed. I like to do like a sativa hybrid because then you still get a little bit of energy. It's not going to be too, lazy, lethargic feeling. And then like I just feel like tunnel vision. Like I just get a good workout. It actually helps open up your lungs as well. Like I have sports induced asthma. I got that from mono, I guess like years ago. But when I smoke, it just makes it easier to like do more. Um, like consistent reps. Like I don't take as long of a break in between, um, versus like if I don't smoke or right when I started my fitness journey. It probably took me like 3 hours to be like, or 2 hours to do like 3 sets of something like simple, like 3 sets of
oh
20.
wow.
So yeah, I started like super slow, but um, I appreciate cannabis, especially like CBD after, like just doing it before and then smoking after really helps like relax your muscles. I like the indicas because they're higher in CBD, so you really get the nice like reduced inflammation, the pain management. It'll help repair your muscles together. Just like boosts it all, faster recovery.
So do you take any CBD supplement or you just get it through the herb that's in there?
I actually just bought a CBD supplement. I've been trying to look for CBD infused like proteins, BCAAs, and all that, and it's kind of hard to find like I feel like a good one. The brand I bought it from is called Royalty Extracts. Um, it tastes kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. It's like I feel like you can really taste something else in there versus like regular BCAs. But I just started that, so I haven't used CBD supplements before other than like sublingual oils. I'll use that, put that in my coffee every day. I use the cannabis CBD balm if like my muscles really sore or my lower back is aching. I have degenerative discs in my lower back, so I have to be careful when I work out, especially if I'm lifting heavy weights or like, heavy squats.
I have a
Um,
couple fused as well in my lower back. I believe
yeah.
it, the technical is Shorman's, but I think it's my lower three discs are kind of fused. So that's where with heavy weight, I had friends who were going all heavy. Which I did for a little bit, like I said, but you got
Yeah.
to know your body, and I backed off
Hmm.
of doing like anything too heavy or even too high reps with a certain amount of weight. It's hard to find. It's important to find the middle ground for your body. I
Oh
think, like
yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah, and like having like the equipment to help you do that too. Like for me, I have a lifting belt now, so I like pop that guy on, and it definitely makes a difference. Or if I'm doing like heavy deadlifts, like having the wrist straps, to like help you pull the weight helps too. And again, like form, like if my form is off, like I will feel it in my back. Like proper form's gonna limit your risk of injury. So yeah.
So when am I going to see your cannabis and fitness series coming out? I know you kind of have been on IG already, but it'd be cool, I think, because like you said, it's hard to find. I've been looking too for supplements in the market, and there really aren't any. So I'm kind
Yeah.
of making my own pre-workouts, like trying to figure it out, but it's hard.
Yeah, no, I definitely want to do something like that. I would love to like have like a gym or something like that that's cannabis friendly and then offer like my own CBD supplements. I want something that tastes good too. Like so I'm glad there's some companies out there that are CBD. I haven't tried the CBD protein. I would like to try that next. I just have like a big jar of protein right now already and it's expensive, so I feel
Yeah, I was
bad
about to say.
buying another one
Uh,
right away. These BCAs, like I even put it in a smoothie and it's still it's got a strong bite.
huh.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's not like tangy, but it bitter at the same, I don't know. But I do want to do that. I'm graduating this year. I was supposed to graduate in December, but I'm going to take a slower summer break and then graduate in spring. And then after December, I'm going to get certified or start certification for the ACE program so I can at least get like an online training together. And I've talked with a dispensary out here who's willing to work with me to do like partnership with CBD. So maybe I want to try to get something to incorporate like CBD with fitness or, like like a wellness, see, health and wellness. It's all what it's about. There I go already.
Yeah, and that's where like I think like having the sativa at the beginning and then having like like a high CBD with like some indica at the end, not too heavy to make you pass out, but just to like ease everything.
Yeah.
Is it?
That's why I like the hybrids because it's like a little bit of both. It's not like the super couch lock. I'm gonna get stuck on the couch, not really want to do anything, lower motivation. But and then the sativa hybrids. I don't like the pure sativas because I already have crazy anxiety, and it just makes me like go even, further through the roof about it. But I appreciate what it has to offer and like the upliftment and it's like a good pre-workout. I personally don't like the tingles that the pre-workout gives me.
Oh,
So
they'll get my face like I'll be like scratching my face and ears. I'm like,
yeah, my palms, like, so I'm not a fan of that feeling. So I'm would love to find like a pre-workout that's CBD infused or like a good solid strain I can go to because I feel like strains are constantly rotating, so it's kind of hard to find like a good strain to use consistently as a pre-workout. But
and to your point, even if you did, like you're saying, if you found the perfect one, who knows how long you're going to be able to find it for.
yeah, and I've heard too that your body becomes used to, a specific strain after a while. So who knows, like if you're using it, it may not be as effective if that's the only one you're using every time too, So I'm really, yeah, like I'm gonna try and bring something good like that to the community. Hopefully, that's my plan. I don't want to talk about it too much before someone steals it, but
Oh, for sure, for sure. Hey, I knew you had it working in there. I knew
yeah,
I knew you had it going down.
I'm quiet right now, but there's a lot of really good things in the future planned.
Yeah, sorry. One second. My Skype just doing a little something weird. Okay, there we go. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. And the person that got me into fitness is my older bro. Missing FaceTime from my mom there. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's okay. That's nice.
Love you, mom. Love you.
Yeah.
But yeah, my older bro, because he got me into it. He's a personal trainer, did that for a while. Fitness model guy, has tons of online products that are really legit, like 12-week trainers and fitness programs and stuff. So, and that's where it's interesting too. You never know where anything could align. Maybe we could all end up working together on some
Yeah.
trainer or something.
Yeah, yeah. I've met a couple other fitness people um, that have like the Stay Lifted. I work in retail and I've met someone who does, like the fitness modeling and the physique modeling, and they have like the Stay Lifted brand, but I think they do have like a CBD oil that they use. So I'm hoping in the future I can link up with them. I have a good close, like not family friend, but childhood friend who linked up with them as well, and he works with them. So I'm just hoping everything will kind of come together full circle. I'm trying to put myself out there more, so I'm really excited to do this podcast with you. I feel like usually, like a month ago, I don't know if I would have done it because I'm trying to get over being shy. I got goals and dreams, and I want to share it with everyone.
Well, and you are too, like on your page that you've been doing, and I thank you very much for being on this podcast. And like,
Yeah, thanks.
how long ago were you saying? Like, did you start your page?
Yeah, I think I started my page 2 years ago officially. 2017, so 3 years now.
Was there
In
like a certain?
December.
Oh, sorry
Hmm.
to interrupt. I was gonna say, was there like a certain turning point where it became like where you started seeing like exponential growth? Like I know for me in YouTube space, like it starts off slow, and all of a sudden you see like bam, like oh,
Yeah. Um, and I would love to get on YouTube. I'm actually trying to learn how to do Final Cut Pro so I can do longer workouts and share that with people, on a different platform. But yeah, it took maybe like 8 months to like a year in, I think just like engaging with other people and then just having something unique inspired other people. Like I get a lot of messages that say like, if you're fitness and cannabis, I've never seen that before. I think that's awesome. And I've noticed that more and more fitness and cannabis like accounts are kind of popping up, and it's really awesome to see. But yeah, I don't know what happened. I was just doing my own thing, talking with people, and then they just started flooding in.
So
Now,
so oh,
go
sorry.
ahead. Sorry. No, you're fine.
No, I was gonna say how many posts do you do? It looks like you do at least a post a day, essentially, right? Or
Yeah,
about
lately.
just give or take.
Yeah. I started off, I was doing 3 posts a day, and I did a live probably twice a week. Now I'm in school, so I haven't been as active these last couple months, especially this last week. I don't with like the corona, it's just been like kind of hard in a limited space, and I'm not working, so like funds are different. But now, yeah, I post at least once a day. I'd like to get back to posting 3 times a day, because then I feel like it hits people of all different time zones, because people are following us from all over the world. So if I post something in the morning, they're not necessarily going to see it right away. So and then I'm trying to get back to doing a live at least twice a week. I'd like to do one every day, just to like hang out with people and spend time with the people that follow me and support me. But it gets tough sometimes.
And I've said it on this podcast too. I need to get better at the live. And do you notice
Yeah.
like really good feedback with the live and like drawing people in, or what's kind of your overall thoughts of going live and how it helps the brand and you?
No, at first I wasn't as confident in it. I'm trying to improve my confidence with it still, just because I feel like I'm awkward and I don't always have a lot of things to talk about, but I want to hang out with people. A lot of people have actually been asking me to go live more often, so that's been really encouraging. I don't know why sometimes I doubt myself. I should add some like mental health awareness to my page too, like pro that. But yeah,
We all do that.
I know. I think it is more beneficial though, because it exposes, it gives a chance for people to see my live from all different time zones again. Gives me a chance to go on the explore page. I have had a couple lives, earlier when I first started or throughout the process, that have made it to the explore page, and have reached like that's where a majority of like my following or followers came from. It's just like the explore page and getting there. So I think like the live using the new features of it is definitely helping. I've noticed I've gotten a lot more reach, like just by tagging like small businesses, doing the challenges, being involved in general with it. Makes a big difference. And when I'm not doing it, I do notice like a drop in like my engagement or my reach. So it's
And
a little.
that's where too though you're positioning yourself in a really good place, I think, for these companies that start. There's, in my mind, in the next 5 years, 10 years, there's going to be so many supplement companies coming in
Oh,
with
yeah.
which infusing the CBD, and hopefully we can, you know, infuse everything in there. But I feel like CBD is the first thing, like you're saying, with the supplement you're trying, and I feel like you're in a good place for that, and they're going to see the value in what you can offer to work with them and be a partner and stuff. So props to you on that.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm definitely trying. It's a new process for me. Didn't I didn't have a plan. I'm just kind of like going with the flow and learning as I go. So it's nice. I'm hoping it'll just continue to prosper, just putting out into the universe and hoping it'll come back in a good way back to me.
I love it. I love it. That's how I feel. Now, what are you going to school for? Like exercise science?
No, yeah. So I'm going to school for organizational leadership. Initially, I was going WP Carey and doing entrepreneurship, and then I got tired of doing all the math and statistic classes, so I transferred over to organizational leadership and doing like project management. So it's basically like a business management degree, except it focuses more on like um, the art aspects of it instead of sciences. So I'm learning about like how to lead, what good leaders are, what does it take to be a good leader, how to grow, the network around you, encourage like your employees. Um, it's great. I really feel like it's helped me grow a lot, and it's actually a little bit more applicable to what I want to do. And I can still use it to create my own business. Ultimately, I want to use this and then getting my, certification as a personal trainer to help create my own business and then make a difference in the world. That's my vision.
Well, it sounds like you have it lined out and you're on the right path. You're on the right
Yeah.
trajectory here.
Thank you. Yeah, it's all starting to line up in place slowly, very slowly. But
Now, what would you say would be like how do you kind of think a good person, like let's say a manager, for instance, like
yeah,
what do you think they're the right thing for them to do? I'm always a believer of like positive reinforcement and building people up instead of breaking
yeah,
them down.
yeah,
That's kind of my overall thoughts. I've done some like bar manager stuff in the past, but
yeah,
and it's about building the team. Like, what do you
definitely.
kind of think about that? Would you agree or kind of?
Oh no, I 100% agree. I work for an excellent company right now, and just comparing them to a company I worked for previously, it's like night and day. And like the previous company I worked for was never like encouraged. We were consistently like number one in our district, but never given, like shout outs or just told we're doing a good job. And instead we were like nitpicked versus like where I'm working now. Um, I work in retail, so like we review every interaction we have with people, like ask like, hey, what can we do better? What do we want to focus on today? It's all like very constructive. It's all about building each other up. We all have different titles, but we're all doing the same work, so we treat each other as if we are on the same level. But I think it's really important. I think it's important to always be like coaching people. People don't like to be told what to do. I mean, some people do, but ultimately, like they want to, I think most people at least want to be in an environment where they can grow and like personally and, like work.
You just brought it to that. That makes perfect sense to me. It's just the
You
word that you
know?
just grow. Like
Yeah. Yes.
if I feel like if you don't have that ability, like at wherever you are to grow, and I'm
Mhm.
happy you summed it up to one word, just grow. That's kind of what
Yeah.
I was trying to say, is just that ability for growth,
Mhm.
and that comes down as like the trickle effect to what you're doing with all your fitness stuff and cannabis and
Thanks. Yeah, I just want to inspire people and let them know like it is possible and like you don't have to be stuck and you don't have to like have a crazy diet either. Like I don't follow a keto diet, the keto diet, whatever. Like I don't measure anything. I'm just try to be aware of like what I am eating. Like I get munchies and I like my beers and my carbs, but at the same time, it's like if I want to look a certain way or like this is my goal, like I really want to like reach my goal. So I try to balance it out at least. Like I need my fruits and veggies. I got to get my fibers in. Like happy gut, happy life.
so so with the intuitive diet, is that kind of the
Yeah.
training as well? Do you train pretty intuitively, or do you have like a set regimen that you're going to do that day?
Like a workout wise
Yeah,
or
like I'm gonna do 3 sets of this, however, however many reps, or is it kind of just this is how I feel, I'm gonna do it till failure or whatever? Kind of what's your process with how you like to go about your workouts?
yeah, so I love lower body, so I probably do like 3 or 4. I usually take like lately I've been taking more days off from the gym just because I'm not as motivated since I don't have all the equipment I want. But when I'm in the gym, I probably take 2 days off a week, do lower body 3 days, upper body 2 days a week. So I'll do like upper body Tuesday, Thursday, maybe lower body Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Um, or maybe like Friday, Saturday, I like to do a full body. So try to get a full body in at least once a week. Lower bodies, I like to go on Instagram and look at other like um, fitness influencers to see like what they have just because machines are nice, but I like the variations that the influencers have to offer. Like I didn't know about Bulgarian split squats before. I was just doing regular like lunges or curtsy squats or curtsy lunges. So I don't write anything down, which I know I need to get better about doing, but I'll at least go in, take a mental note of what I want to do. Like if I'm doing legs 3 times a week, I'll do my upper glutes one day. The next day, maybe like sumo squats. So I'm not doing the same area. I'm trying to switch it up and getting the full effect. And then I'll go from there. I do need to get better about writing my workouts down.
That's
ahead
how
of
I
time.
feel too, but there is also a beauty in training intuitively. Like, but at the same time, there's a beauty in like knowing the numbers that you're trying to hit and stuff. But I'm right there in the same boat where
Yeah.
I like to have a broad outline, like with it. It's like what I do in anything, like a
Yes.
podcast. I like to kind of have an outline of what I want to talk about, like today,
Hmm.
cannabis and fitness, and
Yeah.
wherever it may go. But like you saying, like you know exactly what you want to hit, but if you end up doing a certain amount, this, there, it's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I always try to do at least 4 sets because 3 sets, I don't feel like I get as good of a workout in. And then I'll do at least reps, depends if I'm doing heavy weights or not. I try to always do at least 10, 8 to 10 heavy, or I'll do 15 to 20 light. And if I'm doing squats, I've been trying to do heavier squats, even though my back is a little messed up. But I try to do at least 4 really heavy squats. I got up to 155 right before Corona hit. It's doing good.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I was really proud about that.
No, for real, you should be. That it's and that's where it's like to me too so tempting to go a little heavier sometimes, and I
Yeah,
do. And then like I'm like, all right, well maybe I could take a little more. Maybe I
yep,
am shortchanging
yep,
myself, you know.
yeah,
Maybe it is in my head a little bit, like in terms of. I mean, I definitely have fused discs, but like, could I
yeah.
go harder? Maybe I don't know.
I mean,
It's always hard. Like,
yeah, no, you definitely want to be careful. At least have a strong core. Like I've been working on my core a lot more lately. I've been trying to do 10 minutes of abs every day, kind of randomly. Like I'll eat and then wait a few minutes and then do like 20 V-ups and 20 Russian twists, and then I'll do a couple more sets before I go to bed. Um, Me too. It's crazy. I have degenerative disc, my L4, my L5, and my S1, and we're really not supposed to do squats or any crunches like that. But I
oh
don't know.
really? Even like non-weight bearing, you're not
Yeah,
supposed to.
yeah, yeah. They say you're not supposed to do like any crunches because it suppresses your
Oh
disc.
wow.
So yeah, they really, really ideally like yoga's really good, Pilates, which is awesome. I just took a Pilates class last semester and fell in love with that. Or like doing a lot of planks. Like planks are really good for you, super easy, low maintenance, low impact. Another great reason that swim is amazing, low impact.
You know what's helped me too? I feel like with the core, especially that I used to just like try to like be like do a lot of pull-ups, but like
Yeah.
when you actually tighten and put your knees right and like the core is tight and you actually it really helps me personally. That's what's helped me like I feel like from being here like kind of like align everything
Oh,
to
definitely.
it's hard. It's hard to get the right form on everything. Especially for me, the hardest is deadlifts consistently. It's hard to
Hmm.
nail that perfect. Like there's times when I'm like, oh, that feels good, but getting perfect deadlifts is hard for me at least.
Yeah, no, no, me too. Deadlifts are definitely deadlifts and squats. I always try to go really low in squats, and I always sometimes I post the squat and bong hit challenge. So you do a squat, like a low squat, and then you hit a bong at the same time while you're doing it. And it sounds easy, but it's a little hard.
So at the same time you're going down
Well,
and
like regular squat, no bar, like regular squat,
oh
like
okay.
resistance band, safety first.
I was like, dang.
Oh, safety first. No, yeah, and then you do a long hit. But sorry, I lost my train of thought now. I don't know. But I started that, and I don't know. Core is everything. Like if you don't have a strong core, it kind of ties back to what I was saying earlier. Like just take your time, make sure you're engaging all of your muscles. I made a post and was talking about that today. Like a lot of people ask, like, how do you lose belly fat? It's like, well, it's probably gonna be one of the last places. Like it usually is the last place to go, but if you're keeping your core tight and almost you need your core in every exercise almost, and if you're keeping it activated and engaged, it's going to make your rep easier, and it's going to help you achieve those results, probably quicker. So
Yeah,
core is
like you said,
everything.
just being conscientious of
Yeah.
the course, like, because
Yep.
I know, like I was saying, I know in my early days I wasn't, but more
Mm-hmm.
recently for sure, that's the main focus of like, and that's what keeps the form. Like
Mm-hmm.
if your core is tight, typically I feel like in any exercise, whether it's squats, presses, deadlifts, whatever it is, that's gonna provide the right like situation and angle for your particular body. I don't know. I'm no trainer. I just, like I said, I learned everything from my bro mostly and
Yeah.
videos geeking out, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
No, I'm kind of the same way. Like I don't try to claim that I know everything. Like I'm new. It's a good idea. I should get some too. And
Sorry,
that's
I didn't
another
mean
reason why. No, you're good. Like I'm jealous. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, I should have brought my little bong in here. My man's like watching UFC out there, so it's probably a little loud. Um, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just learning from other people and trying to educate myself. And I try to share what works for me and what I do. I think that's another thing that kind of helped boost, my following is that when I first started, I would say like, make sure you're squeezing, like this is how I'm doing it. And I like to share angles too, because that's one thing that I look for as someone that's learning is like, how are they doing it? What does it look like? Where you're squeezing, are they just going like this? Or are they actually like feeling the
yeah.
weight? Like
Yeah.
feel the weight pull you.
And I also think too that it's really cool that you mentioned like the disc problem, like said I
Yeah.
have too. I feel like a lot of times in videos that I watch, like none of that comes into play a lot, like or whatever it
Mhm.
is. Like I know my bro, I'm trying to be better at it and just be like upfront about what I have going on. And
Yeah.
that's my whole thing with the True Buds TV. It's not a workout program at all. I just infuse like some workouts into my content, but um I feel like that honesty goes a long way because you said it and I'm like, yeah, I have something too. Like if you didn't say it, I might not have said anything, Like so
Yeah.
that goes a long way too in terms of the fitness content. I think of I don't know. It's so interesting to see like the fitness world of how it's changed, like
Yeah.
from the magazines and all of that. But yeah, I don't know. It's a interesting world out there.
Yeah, no, and I've started seeing CBD, just like oils in general, in a lot more sorry, in a lot more supplement shops too. So it's exciting. I'm hoping it goes in a like stays in a positive direction. But I'm excited to like be a part of it. It's awesome. Like I've been meeting a lot of great people. I'm excited to be here. Met another great person, you. So I
Thank you.
think yeah, you're welcome. I think there's a
Likewise,
lot of good
likewise.
things. Thank you. We're
Yeah,
out here.
and that's where it's interesting too, and I've mentioned this so many times in the cannabis space. It's like to me, it's like one of the coolest spaces. Whether you're
Oh
going
yeah.
into a dispensary, whether you're talking to somebody, 99% of the people are chill as fuck.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
there's like no arguments.
yeah,
People are, they want to talk to each other. It's always good vibes.
yeah, you cut out so much of the bullshit when you say cannabis is like, all right, everybody who doesn't want to fuck with it, go that way. But this is
Yeah.
what it is. Everybody who's down with what it is down with what it is, kind of.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's nice. I have a decent amount of following too that aren't necessarily cannabis users, which is really cool. So they, even though they don't use the plant, like they still appreciate, my passion and what I'm doing and care enough to show that, they're not looking at it in a negative way. At least that's how I'm taking it when they follow me and they don't use it.
Yeah, that's love right there. And two, I
Yeah.
want to ask, like, when you did decide to go for the cannabis and like fitness realm, like,
Yeah.
did you have reservations? Was there any pushback from anybody that you know, like, or like, because for me, it was kind of a jump doing it, like saying I'm gonna do this for sure. And I know there's still mad haters who I personally know and stuff like, but like I said, like the 99% who care is really what matters. But did you have any of that, like thoughts when you were diving in, or haters or anything?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think I was diagnosed with degenerative disc like 6 years ago. And I like got my medical card right away. I did a lot of research, like, what the laws were, what my rights were, what it entailed. I worked in the cannabis industry for a couple years. Did like bud tending. I went to High Times a little bit. I
Nice.
didn't tell my family. Yeah, that was cool. Worked at the one of the booths for Hippie Butler. But yeah, it took me a while. I didn't follow any of my family. I like made a separate account and like built this and kept it really quiet and would just tell them like, yeah, I have an Instagram. I'm just, trying to do influencing or be an influencer or whatever, something simple for them. And I told my mom, she's always been like pretty 420 friendly openly, but my dad kind of freaked out at first and was very like anti. He was like, you don't need your medical card, this and that. But over time in the years, like he's come to understand, like we were actually talking about it the other day, now they know like about my account. It feels good to like just be myself. Like I used to even be hesitant to tell people that like new people that I meet, like, oh yeah, like I have this account. Yes, I do like influencing, or I'm very passionate about cannabis and fitness, just because like I don't want them to think right off the bat like they're gonna judge me, so they're anything else I say after that, they're probably gonna be like, whatever, like that girl's a stoner. I don't know. That's probably me overthinking, but these days I'm a lot more confident in sharing that, and you
It's
either
just,
like it or you don't. Like I don't.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not here for you. I'm here for me.
exactly. And that's like I've had this pretty similar experiences, but like
Yeah.
it all brings it back to what I said a moment ago. Is like you're either fuck with it or don't, and that's the
Yeah.
beauty. And that's the beauty of it. It draws that crowd and repels kind of the people who don't. But the cool thing is too that just hit me kind of now is this people who don't right now. I have a feeling that come some years from now when everything becomes more like socially accepted, they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh wow, like she was onto something smart, like
Yes. Yeah. That's
they'll,
kind of
they'll,
like where my parents are right now. I'm like, yeah, I told you guys. Like I tried to tell you. I'm like, I'm not like over here acting a fool. Like I'm smart about it. Like I'm educated. Like I try to be educated at least. Like I try to do my research. Like I just want to educate other people. Like I kind of taught my little sister what flour is. So like I would always refer to it like that, and so she always knew what it was. And then now she's like almost 15. She's like, I know what that is. I'm like, yeah, like you're not stupid. And like I don't feel like she's ever gonna, feel peer pressured by her friends or anything. Like just be educated, or at least if you don't know, try to know.
And that's important too. And that's where like my European friends I have who grew up drinking wine and now call it 15,
Yeah,
16, 17, they're way
exactly.
more chill about it. They're like not trying to hide shit. Like you're saying to the
Mhm.
point of like with weed, it's the same thing. It should be
Yeah.
like, it should be open talk. It should
Mhm.
be my
Yeah, no
opinion.
shame.
I
Yeah,
mean,
no, I agree. We need more cannabis lounges, more cafes, chill zones.
yeah, more, which is crazy right now. I'm interested to see when everything reopens.
Yeah, I live in Arizona, and our shelter in place officially ended yesterday. Businesses are open. I went to a bar for the first time yesterday.
Oh, wow. Do they have any rules going on?
So what I've noticed in some restaurants is they basically, like their booths, they'll put chairs in every other one, so you can sit in every other one, but the bars are open. So everyone usually is just sitting around the bar, and then they have the tables spaced out. So I don't know how effective that really is, but
Interesting. Interesting. Like I
yeah.
said, I've bartended since I was 21 years old, so I'm finally starting to get out the game. But I'm like, that's why I'm wondering how everything's going to go over. I'm like, to me, this is just me. There's no point in spacing tables out that far apart if the bar is going to be all.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting to hear though, because I was thinking if it was like
Yeah.
a 21 seater bar, there could only be three people there, 6 feet apart. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, there were definitely maybe 20 people inside. Just maybe 15 people at the bar. So I don't
Interesting.
know how it's gonna go. People in Arizona, we're a red state, so we don't really like to be told what to do, Like I've been staying inside. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to not. I have family that are high risk, so I don't want to be responsible like for anything, just in case. Better safe than sorry.
Yeah, for real. It's hard,
But
and it's like. But that's how I feel too. It's like such a double-edged sword. It's because like you want to like
yeah,
it's like what like I want to live regular
I do. Yeah.
regular, but at the same time like you're saying I want to be safe, but like I don't know. I've said this before, and I'm surprised I'm even saying this right now. It sounds stupid, but I was like I almost just want to get it so I don't have to fucking worry about it.
Yeah, I don't
I know
know.
that sounds stupid. I'm just saying like I
No,
don't
that's
want it.
okay.
Please don't give it to me.
I feel like I've had it because we were actually in New York for like 10 days for Christmas through New Year's, and then we went to Mexico for Super Bowl, and I came back and I was sick with like a really bad upper respiratory infection for 3 weeks, and I went to urgent care, but they didn't like test me for anything 'cause I was still new then. So I don't know if I had it or not, but sometimes I think I did because it's some of the symptoms that are described, like I definitely did have, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's
So,
like my sister, who I had on this podcast, actually, Positive Mind Emily. She
okay.
moved to Florida. She's been out there for like 3 weeks or so, but she thinks over this past week she's like coming down with something because she's like, I can barely go out and walk. She's feeling better now, but for like a week's
That's
time,
good.
she's like my body. She's like I wasn't coughing or anything, but my body was just like sore as fuck. Like
Yeah. And for me, like I just couldn't breathe. My like neck was swollen, sore, fever, not good, stomach. Yeah, I don't
best
know.
vibes for everybody out there.
Yes, wash your hands, people.
Wash your hands, and if you can't smoke, eat some edibles.
Yeah, yeah, that's like my aunt. She lives in Washington, but she can't smoke, so
Do you
edible
like
that.
edibles?
I don't really do edibles. I'm pretty sure it's because I have a high metabolism. They just break down really quickly. I have to eat a lot to really feel it, like really feel good. And at that point, it's really expensive. So it's like I have to eat 300 milligrams to start and
Oh
then go up
damn,
from there. Like if I eat 150, maybe I'll feel it, but oftentimes I don't. So
damn. Yeah,
yeah, I
because
try,
it's
but
interesting because I consider kind of fast metabolism, but I eat like 30 milligrams and I get pretty lit. And like I know we were talking pre-workouts earlier. It popped in my head. I ordered these pills actually that are like ground up, have THC,
oh,
taurine, and caffeine. They're called like Atomic or Autonomize.
cool. I'm gonna look it up.
I don't know. It looked interesting. They're little pills, but I was like, I haven't tried them, but I'm excited to give them a shot.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Atama what? Atama size?
I don't know. I'd have to go grab the pack out of my kitchen.
I'll look it up so I can ask you later.
Yeah,
Or I'll write it down.
I'm gonna do a video about it because like
Yeah, I'd
I've been
love to
looking
see
for stuff
that.
like this because when I first moved out to Cali, like 5 years ago or so, they had these little orange juice bottles that were
Hmm.
25 milligrams of sativa.
Okay.
That was a refrigerated liquid, and they had lemonade as well, and all these different flavors. And
Wow.
my thought was like throw that into just maybe a little like half scoop of pre-workout, shake it up, and you're fucking,
Yeah.
or just drink it straight up, which I've done too. I've done it, but.
Yeah, that'd probably be me. Be like, and go out on my day. Yeah.
No, but I just want to say too, I really do appreciate you coming out today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me. This is great.
For sure. And yeah, like if you and your man are ever in LA and want to pop by the studio, we can do a session in the studio, which I'm
Yeah.
excited to get back there too over this next week or so.
Yeah, no,
And
I'd love to, definitely.
yeah, any last words you'd like to share with the True Buds listening right now?
Ooh, I don't know. I feel like whenever I'm put on the spot, I always go blank, you know what I mean? I
I
guess
feel you. I'm right there.
do not like where you are. You're not a tree. Move. If you have a goal, go for it. Don't wish, just do. Just say, I can, I am. Try. I always say I can't do things, and then I'm like, yes, I can do that.
And
So
then it makes you feel that much better when you do it, right?
it does, yeah. At first, you may not. I would say celebrate the small victories. That's what I will say. I'll leave with that. Celebrate your small victories because those are what's going to lead to your big ones. Your small goals are going to build up to those big ones, and then before you know it, you're going to be there. It's all going to be worth it.
Inch by inch.
Exactly.
Now, I will say I do have a little hip hop song playing at the end of this podcast. What's your
Oh,
favorite genre of music, or what do you like to listen to before we end it here?
I love Big Sean. That
Oh
is like
yeah,
my motivation. That's like what I listen to when I need to be inspired and get, back into the good mindset. Big Sean.
has he dropped any heat lately? I've kind of fallen off on the Big Sean game.
He dropped a couple songs. I feel like he's gonna drop an album soon. I've been waiting for years for him to go on tour. I told my man, like, if he goes on tour, I don't care how much money it is. I'm doing it. I'll probably cry tears of happiness. I'm obsessed, but he hasn't dropped anything new, just the single again and then Berserk with A$AP Berg. But yeah, the last album he did was I Decided, which is probably my favorite one right now. I really like the Sacrifices song or Voices in My Head.
Word.
Yeah.
Good tunes for everybody to check in right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'll be waiting for the next Big Sean album too.
Yeah, I'll let you know when it drops.
Please do, please do. Hey, thanks again for coming out today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, for sure. Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Smoke something tasty for me.
Thank you. I will indeed.
All
Peace.
right. Peace.
Damn, how she killed that shit.
Playing games, tell me what it is and what it ain't. Is you leaving, is you staying? Ain't no need to be ashamed. I still love you with every ounce of my veins. I'm just saying, I'm just tired of playing puppeteer and pulling all these strings. Just be honest, I promise I won't be mad. Well, maybe I will, but can you blame me if I am? Cause at the end of the day, I'm just a man. And you tell me I'm the man, but even bosses give a damn. Is that so hard to understand? Everybody ballin' on you, girl, I just be calling on you, hoping that you pick up. This is not a stick up. I text your phone, telling you we should link up. You dropped the addy, it's late, I hope you still up. Now I'm all up in your diaphragm like a hiccup. Tell me how that feels, tell me if it feels good. Doing it like old times, doing just what I said.
This is True Buds, that Mary Jane, now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buds.